Anthony Fantano has somehow once again gotten into beef with an artist. I mean, what was it, a year ago? He had Drake in his DMs, giving his life a decent one, whatever it was, that DM that Drake dropped. And then Ronnie Radke constantly attacking him. This guy constantly gets attacked by artists for giving his opinion. And I'm not saying that he has good opinions or that what he says is always justified. However, the latest of this bunch is Halsey. So what happened is that someone tweeted, I don't really agree with how Fantano approached some aspects of his Halsey review, but I can understand how there's still discourse about it all this time later. To which Anthony Fantano quote retweeted, if they're more into the review than the album. I don't know, this just doesn't look like a good tweet. That's all I can say. However, Halsey herself quote tweeted this and responded to Anthony Fantano himself. I was confused because I didn't know Halsey released a new album. Turns out this is over an album review that came out 2 years ago. So apparently I missed out on this Anthony Fantano beef. But when he dropped his review of The Great Impersonator by Halsey, he had some less than nice things to say.
But the chances she was going to drop an album here that would have a fraction of the impact that even one of these artists had on the music industry in their lifetime was pretty slim. And honestly, I would even be hesitant to put money on the likelihood of her accurately capturing the sound and essence of one of these artists in a way that was actually flattering and complimentary. And yeah, you know what? I regret to fucking inform you, there's not a single goddamn second on this album that sounds like Fiona Apple, Kate Bush, or Bjork.
And he claimed that Halsey had main character syndrome, to which a lot of the internet started attacking him. Like a lot. I mean, D'Angelo Wallace's video has more views on it than the actual album review itself. So Halsey quote tweeted with, I'm certain my least memorable song will be remembered more fondly and for more time than anything you ever do with your life. Everything you say is more whiny and edgy than I was at any point on that album. But at least I had the excuse of going through chemo. Okay, cool. This isn't the first time an artist has responded to Fantano, and to each their own. I did not care for the album myself, but that's my own opinion. However, she kept going and kept going. Who cares that he gave a bad review? I care that a pay-for-clicks reaction YouTuber can facade as a pro critic and say that it's main character syndrome for an artist to lament her medical suffering on an album about her own life. He's a raised by 4chan edgelord bully. Yuck. Being a woman dealing with serious health issues often means being afraid of telling the truth about the pain you're in because you're afraid of not being believed or seeming attention-seeking. He validated that fear to thousands of women. I never liked Fantano's reviews. I always thought he was too pompous and that even while trying to stay objective, he would let his biases really seep into his reviews. But even if I didn't like his reviews, that doesn't stop me from liking the art and the music that I want to listen to and enjoying it how I want to enjoy it. Which is a thing that a lot of people on the internet aren't able to do. They hate Anthony Fantano, and whenever he drops a review of an album that they like, and his review isn't favorable, they start to attack him. At the end of the day, that's his opinion. Now, again, I didn't really care for the Halsey album. That doesn't mean I hate her or her songs or anything like that. It's just not for me. But the way she's using her struggles, her battles, as her defense for this album is not really it. Even if a work of art has all these struggles behind it, and I'm not trying to say your struggles aren't real. I'm not trying to say that cancer doesn't fucking suck and that your pain doesn't matter. But if you release a stinker, no matter how much pain and suffering is behind it, it's still a stinker. And everyone, including Fantano, can form their own opinion on it. It's very hard to objectively review something that is inherently subjective like music. So it's always jarring for all these artists who are multi-millionaires, have a million other things they could do, go out of their way to attack Fantano. Again, I don't like Fantano either. It's just that Fantano, he kind of kicked the hornet's nest with this tweet. I don't even blame this bald bitch. I just don't think it's worth wasting time on responding to an internet critic. There's no good guy and bad guy in this. I feel like if this is a Reddit thread, it would be like everyone sucks here. If this is an Am I the Asshole, it would be everyone sucks here. Fantano, for being very hateful in his review, he really did not come at this review from an objective standpoint. But Halsey also not believing in herself and her album enough to still give some precedent to Anthony Fantano and all the other artists that do that. Anyways, if I got something wrong in here, please let me know in the comments. This is a very surface level view of this. Anyways, bye-bye.